Minnesota's postseason hopes may depend on how often the Twins can beat a rebuilding Detroit team. So far, they've had a pretty easy time of it this week. Max Kepler and Brian Dozier homered. Byron Buxton had 3 hits in the playoff chasing Twins beat the Tigers 73 on Friday night, increasing their lead to 3-1/2 games for the American League's second wild card. Minnesota has taken the first 2 games of this program set, and the Twins finish the regular season next week with 3 more against Detroit. "We know that we're in for a fight. These guys have played us tough the last few years," Minnesota manager Paul Molitor said. "They've semi-dominated us in some regards. Obviously, there's a lot on the line. The Detroit team of the past few years looked nothing like the Tigers do now. They're 418 in September, and they announced before Friday's game that manager Brad Ausmus will not be back in 2018. It's always difficult when you find out news like that," Detroit second baseman Ian Kinsler said. "Whether they're moving on, losing their job or getting traded, whatever the news is, it's always difficult to take. You have to have some time to kind of wrap your head around it." Minnesota came into the night leading the race for the second wild card by 2-1/2 games over Texas and the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels lost to Houston on Friday night, and Texas lost to Oakland. Kyle Gibson 12-10 allowed 3 runs and 5 hits in 7 innings for the Twins. He struck out 6 and walked 2. Daniel Norris 48 allowed 5 runs and 7 hits in 423 innings. Nicholas Castellanos and Kinsler homered for Detroit. The Twins trailed 21 when Buxton came up with men on first and second and 1 out in the 4th. His line drive looked catchable, but it slipped past third baseman Jeimer Candelario and down the line for a double, scoring both runners. Buxton later came home on a single by Kepler. Eduardo Escobar added an RBI single in the 5th, and Robbie Grossman's run-scoring double in the 6th made it 62. Castellanos opened the scoring with a solo homer in the 2nd, but Kepler tied it the following inning with his 19th home run of the year. Kinsler's RBI single in the 3rd put Detroit up 21. Kinsler later hit a solo homer in the 6th. Dozier's home run, his 32nd, came in the 9th. Sharp stretch Gibson improved to 60 in his last 7 starts. He had enough pitches working to beat the Tigers. "The fastball and changeup were okay. Fastball command kind of got me through the day," he said. "Slider was pretty in and out, and the curveball was pretty bad, really. But yeah, we're going to have those days. Yeah, we're not going to go out there very often with 4 pitches that are just going where they want to all the time." Great catch. The highlight for Detroit was probably a diving, backhanded catch by center fielder Jacoby Jones in the 3rd. Jones snagged Joe Mauer's drive in the gap in left center, then went sliding across the warning track. "That was a tremendous play, one of the better ones all year, probably," Ausmus said. "It's fun to watch, and make no mistake, even though I'm not coming back, I want these guys to do well, and I want them to feel good about themselves moving forward." Trainer's room. Tigers LF Mickey Matuk was removed from the game after he had a hard time chasing Buxton's 4th inning double. Matuk aggravated a left groin injury and was set to have an MRI. Up next, Twins RHP Irvin Santana 158 takes the mound Saturday night against Detroit. Opponents are hitting .224 off him this year. Tigers LHP Matthew Boyd 610 makes his first start since having a no-hit bid broken up with 2 outs in the 9th last weekend. More AP Baseball. TSAPnews.com. Tag Baseball.